Monday, August 17th, Master Pattern Report, and I'm very excited about what's going on here, folks. So we're going to have our usual breakdown. Our first segment of the report is market information, investment. Second is business investments. Third is defining God. And fourth is what's the story. Okay, so let's look at the economy, the markets. The last video we had said several things. Number one, that last week was going to be a critical week, and that we are expecting a large move to the upside, and that's exactly what happened. We picked up over 1,000 points, and we are very excited because we have broken that 26,650 level on the Dow, and it seems to be holding. Although the last couple of days there's been a negative report, it's been very, very slight, and we're very positive that this is going to hold and pursue higher levels from here. Also, the metals. We had said that silver, of course, was up to around $28, and there would be a withdrawal, and that happened. It dropped down to the $23 level, and we said it's going to recover, and now it's back up, I think, to around $26 at this point. So we're right on target here. We're following the right patterns, folks. And also the interest rates. Folks, I got to tell you, if you own a property, or if you don't own a property, you should. If you own one, refi. And if you don't own one, man, you're making a big mistake. At these rates, you cannot go wrong. I mean, I think we're down to 2.47% on a 30-year fixed. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't care what you buy, you're going to be able to afford it. So look carefully. There are deals around. We're making deals with no cash down. Give us a call. Come to our website, and we'll show you how to manipulate from there. Okay. Okay. So I think those are the things that we really need to look at. We think that the Nike is probably the best bet because of the technology push that's going on, and the science, the natural sciences companies, genetic development, things of that sort. So stay in those areas. We believe you can't lose in those areas. Okay, business concepts. All right, now let me just tell you, we are working on a program that's almost finished. We're within 30 days, whereby you will purchase a unit such as this, right, and it'll be pre-programmed for you. And what we do is we take an assessment from you, we plug it into the unit, and then from there on, whenever you have a question or an issue, right, there's a whole process of concepts, wording, linguistics, and then you just put your finger on this little camera very lightly, and you await the results. And within about 30 to 40 seconds, you will get an entire relationship of what's going on inside of you with that concept, where the weaknesses are, where the strengths are. The most incredible thing you've ever seen. We're about 30 days away from this, but this is going to be, and it's going to be very, very, very reasonable too. So keep us in mind. Again, check out our website, especially the naturalthinking.org. Okay, naturalthinking.org. Okay, so let's move on to defining God. Okay, so here's a little something that we have picked up in our mind science research, or natural intelligence and the science of potential. Our usual concept of God is, as we talked about this before, is very physical. Right? It's because we're physical beings. But the overall reality is that this universal mind that we had discussed also is a universal power, right? And this power, some people call it God. We like to call it a God force, right? Is one where we are able to create, make our own reality, right? And that's exactly what it does. That God force, is an energy, a power that helps us create our own reality. Now, the main thing, the main difference, I'm going to say this again and again, is that earthly force, energy, is a personal energy, very subjective, right? But the higher energy, the God force energy, is impersonal. So think about the question of why do bad things happen to good people? Well, there's a very real answer to that, and part of it stems from the belief or the knowledge or the understanding that it's a God force and not a personal God that we're subjected to. Okay? And there's more on that will be coming. My next book, The Holy Grail, Decoding the Holy Grail, gets into that to some extent. Okay, so we're going to move on. The next is what's the story? Here's, self-awareness is one of the most, it's the first principle in intelligence. That much we've learned from our research and development, okay? When we understand what's motivating us, what's making us act in the way we do, we can become much higher level practitioners. Right? We can become better people, stronger people. Now, you take these movements one way or another, pro or con. In the first place, what's going on here on a higher level is it's a distraction. It's a distraction against what you're supposed to be doing. It's a pulling this way and a pulling that way. You know, the Bible talks about how the angel was thrown out of heaven and came down to earth. Well, nothing could be further from being wrong. It's absolutely right. And the fact of the matter is that it's this distraction we have in our lives against what our major principle is, which is developing potential, pulls us off of that. We end up taking this side and that side instead of taking a coalesced conglomeration of both the positive and the negative, and coming to what we understand as complementarianism. Complementarianism means that you take one side, you take the other side, you put them together, you try and match them up somehow on a higher level, and you achieve in that fashion. Okay, so know thyself, as the Greek said, is very critical. And when you look at people who are very, very actively involved in these extreme notions of reality, you have to ask a couple of questions. And one of the main questions you ask is, what are they contributing to the world? In particular, what are they contributing to potential? Are they tearing down the possibility of potentials? Are they supporting potential? Or is this a subjective movement that's attributed towards hate or laziness or ignorance or fear? I mean, these are the things that you have to look at in confrontations and determine the major aspect of where is the potential. Does this movement on this side or both sides, does it equate to, does it add to the notion of potential achievement. If it doesn't, it's a diversion, right? And it needs to be addressed, and paths need to be altered. Okay, that's it for this week. We got some more exciting, fascinating stuff coming up next week. Stay tuned. Okay, thank you very much.